for me and then probably for him.
Well, you know that after talking to someone else, Craig said we don't have a program for new agents.
No, he's not gonna get his agents.
I mean, new lenders,
Vendors? Okay. Alright, well,
but for you,
who wants to go then?
you let me know, I've got
Gosh.
today or whatever.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
I sent him, or actually Lex.
I did it.
And he's gonna, yeah. I sent.
No, I didn't sit down and verify with him.
Okay, perfect.
We need a round two roundup.
Probably.
All right. Lexi's already taken me to a coffee shop tonight. I'm gonna be tempted.
Solid side.
Don't worry, guys, Gary got returned.
Yeah.
And he's scuffed up, blame John Bentley.
John Steele?
He took it to Johnston. Did a video.
John. It's crazy. That is really a little over the top. I'm glad you said it.
We saw it.
Do we have anybody out? We're not. Alright, once they get in, we'll get started. Okay.
Spring break.
Yeah. In this spring break week, isn't it? Let's do it.
Is it? That's. Big county sales. Oh.
Well, that is right over it.
Oh.
Good to introduce.
All right, well, we're going to get started. So to start us off with meeting, we have a sponsor today, Floor and Decor. They do interior design and any type of updating you need in your house. So perfect for clients. So take it away.
Okay. Hello guys, I'm Jalen. I'm one of our designers here. I'm part-time with the Floor and Decor. Just a little bit about myself. I go to UK for interior design. I have a bachelor's. I'll be graduating in May. And then I have a minor in photography, so that's coming up soon. But on my outside of my education, I work at Floor and Decor. It's been great for product knowledge, making connections and networking such as this. This is my supervisor, Jolyn, and then our pro manager, Scott, which you realtors are able to set up a pro account with us as well, and would be the teams that kind of coexist together. So today I was just going to give you some services and products that we offer, which, you know, you can always recommend to your clients, which we know that, you know, home equity, doing just one simple update can change a lot to one little space. And so I have a few slides we're gonna share and hopefully run through it. If I miss anything, feel free to stop me. So yeah, we're a design services team here at Floor & Decor. We don't charge anything. This is free. They come to us, they can show us pictures of the house and we can give them, you know, what's your budget? What are you looking at? Nice enough, our product ranges from like $1 square foot up to $5 or so. And so we have a range of porcelain and marble and stone, kind of whatever they're looking for. We can fit within their budget generally. And then so online, we have inspiration catalogs, which you may see on the table with some other pamphlets and information that's gonna be in here. We actually even have a visualizing program, compared to what I do at school, but it does the main gist of what you need. They can tell me what kind of shower they're doing, what size vanities they're looking for. If they want to put their tile in a pattern or whatever, we can do that for them. So these are a couple renderings that we've done. This helps them kind of visualize how do you want to lay your tile, like how do you want to show that, and kind of with their installers and other contractors that they have on the job. So simple, minute things, but they can make a huge difference in the end. This is our quote system, so we can separate it by the project, the room, the space, and then we are one-stop shop. So we have our installation materials there. So they can come pick out grout with us. We can tell them what type of mortar and all those other tools and things that we can recommend as well. So this, we can actually send a quote to them or their contractors. They don't have to be in store to pay as well. So try to be really efficient. They can go on our website. This is also a QR code to schedule a design appointment with us. We can make follow-ups. It's all just what scale of project that you need, that's what we're here for. So it's just really, really sweet when they come back, and I have people bring me donuts and cry. I'm like, I could not have done this without you. So it's really sweet to know we can make a difference in that well. We just launched a cabinet program, so if that's something your customer is interested in, right now it's still new to us and we're still learning a lot about it. So they can go on our website, and then that's kind of where the consultation starts, and then you can buy samples and we can show you what we have in store as well. So this is kind of more of a gist of those, the kind of styles and what those benefits are. They're already fully assembled, and then they're soft close as well. And then that's the consultation for the cabinets. And then that buying guide, we only had a few today, but if you want to flip through them, we have them, we can keep them here. So that's the cabinet buying guide. We also have fixtures, so hardware, lighting, shower doors, anything that's at our distribution center, we can get within 7 to 10 days if we don't have it in store. So we try to keep most of everything in store, but we have a larger range of vanity selections online as well, and other hardware and fixture opportunities. So these are just a few vanities that we have. Some we have in store. Some of these are pictures that we actually sell online. And then we sell a luxury brand of vanities. This is James Martin. They have more electrical components and more customizable countertop and base. You can kind of mix and match and play around with that. And so Hallie has this PDF. So if you want to, scan these QR codes and kind of learn more about what we offer, she'll be able to distribute that, I'm sure. Not to put that on you, but we also have prefabricated butcher blocks as well, and some granite, marbles, and other engineered stones as well, if they just need like an island or a piece, something like that. And then this is our custom countertop program, which should be at the desks as well. And this, if they can come in store, we have a whole range of different sample pieces they can buy and see in person. And then they'll have a fabricator come out and measure for them. And that's about a month process in total, I would say. By the time they come in, make the measure appointment, and then execution and getting it installed, it's about a month total. And so here's some pictures of some different ideas and options that we offer there. So some benefits of shopping with us: we offer free 7-day storage from the time that all the products are here and with us. If they have to wait on something, it doesn't count until it all starts there. if you have a larger scale of a project and you need to accommodate, we are very easygoing. We can definitely do more than 7 days if we can get it approved by a manager. Our warehouse is huge. When you walk in, it's very overwhelming because there's just so much to look at. I mean, these are just a glimpse of what we offer here. So you can imagine a homeowner who's doing something and they're like, oh my gosh, like, where do I start? You know, that's what we're here for, to kind of take that stress down. So free design services, we have free pro services. You guys are realtors, so you can come in, put them under your name, and they get free samples. They don't have to, up to $25 or so. Let them come in, put them under your name, and they'll get free samples, and then that kind of helps them kind of come back also. As well, we have special financing, like no interest. Right now, we're running a 6 and 12 month no interest financing. So if budget is something they're really concerned about and they're trying to sell a house, you know, we're there for them as well. We understand. And then we have project quantities on hand. We try to have a lot of in-stock selections available. We do deliver. This is more of a third party kind of deal. We have some Bungie and some other delivery companies that can get it quicker to the job site, really depending on how far you are from the store and that sort of deal. But Florida Cord, we're not our own delivery system, right? And then, like I said earlier, we have free samples for the realtors and pros as well. So this is a little bit about our pro team. We have people always back there at the desk, sometimes on Saturday, but it just depends. We have an app where you can scan products and kind of see stock as well. Of course, that's more beneficial for installers and contractors, but you also can set up as well if you have a lot of projects on hand. And then there's a reward point program that they can redeem for other cool perks and trips and things of that nature as well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to load you down. That was kind of a lecture. But today, like, we kind of wanted to show a good variety from vinyl. I would recommend vinyl if you're not wanting a solid hardwood. Of course, we know that hardwood would raise equity in a home. But if you're wanting more of that kind of easy maintenance and don't gotta worry about it, so we have a good variety up here. Some more contemporary and neutral. And then of course our timeless pieces with porcelain. This is our marble, and then this is our large format. We're one of the only stores in the tile industry that sells 2x4s, this large. And so we sell them, I mean, from 2 something a square foot to 5 to 6 a square foot. So if competition or price is a thing, we definitely can price match as well. And then backsplashes, a lot of those simple updates, people come in just to get a backsplash and head out. So we're there for them. Thank you.
All installers or do you contract out?
We have a third party that we use called Installation Made Easy. I hate using that name, third party. We have a team that we go through. They're local contractors.
It's people that you normally use, it's not just.
And everything goes through in-house through us, so, but they come out, they'll measure the job, they'll tell you what you need, they don't charge you for that at all. And they take care of everything through that. When you start mentioning the word third party, some people start getting that icky feeling. They're really just an extension of our team.
Yeah, but they're not employed by you.
It's not employed by Florida Cord.
And typically when our team comes out and does the measurements, they will send to our design email, they will send us a shopping list of everything that that client needs for that job to be complete, and typically it's everything that we offer at the store. So.
What's kind of nice as well with a lot of realtors, and I should back up a little bit. Jalen Kay gave you a rundown of her. I've been in the tile industry for 36 years in this town. Wood LVP is newer to me. Tile, natural stone, and that I have been dealing with for 30 some years in this town. With our store and what we have, what I like to tell people, we have more rectified tile in stock, which doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people until you say our tiles are precision size. Every piece is identically gauged. What it needs to be, where you can do a 32nd of a grouch on, where you can do a 16th of a grouch on, even on large formatted porcelain tiles. Ceramic, throw that out the door. There's no ceramic tile that's going to be gauged. But on the porcelains, You look at other places here in town, a lot of people come in, hey, well, such and such has this product. Everybody's wanting to get less and less grout joints. And to be able to do that, you have to have tiles that are precision sized. Keyword that you want to look for is called rectified. Come in our store, just about 90% of the porcelain we stock, rectified, which greatly helps out with things because you do kind of get what you pay for when you go to some places. Man, this is a good deal. Well, why is it such a good deal? Then people start realizing, oh, this piece is a 1/4 inch bigger than this piece and this, that. Not knowing is half the battle in especially on the tile side of things. So I like to make people aware of that. And when I tell everybody we have over 1 million square feet of hard surface products in our store, you can take home at any given day. And that's over there on Richmond Road, over 1 million square feet. So we have the stock in inventory. So
And I will say, like, design is not always a luxury, like, I don't want people to think they're gonna come to us and we're gonna upsell them. I'm very genuine, I'll tell you, like, I would not do that, or I would do that. So, we don't make commission, we're solely there to help you, and I will tell you that, like, upfront, like, just come to us. Super easy to talk to, I hope I'm not intimidating, but, yeah, we're definitely there, and we love to just serve any way that we can. And we have our business cards today, so if you ever have follow-up questions in the meantime, you're working with the client, we're there for you, okay?
Do you guys, is there any trends that you're seeing, like just right now? That consumers are really choosing or getting after, that folks who are either in new construction or even working with a resale that's got remodeling that. The consumer seems to like?
Here recently, definitely some type of like organic, transitional kind of timeless look. Because a lot of people are kind of done with the grays and whites, it's too cold in the house, usually they're going a lot more on the warmer tones. This whole table is honestly a really good explanation of what's been selling recently in our store, so anything that has some movement to it but not super busy, kind of gives just a timeless look. We have had some clients come in, Spanish Revival is something that has been kicking up a lot in the design industry. So bringing in some of those nice little Spanish flares and touches with terracotta and stuff like that has been very popular here recently, and we do have a variety of those options available now as well. They came in about 2 months ago. So typically those two are kind of our biggest at the moment.
I will say if you're trying to do a quick update, that will pretty much go for a lot, like the gray beige. Anything that could go warm or cool.
Yeah.
The grayish family, some of these tiles kind of fall in that category. Anything that looks like marble or has just a very simplistic but nice, it's not too elegant to some people, like those always are really good neutral base to start with, because I tell people, once tile's in, you can always repaint, you can always decorate. But tile is kind of the thing you don't want to redo if you don't have to, you know. Yeah.
I have noticed that so many places, even if they sell hardware for the kitchen cabinets, which obviously you're now doing. By the way, your store is awesome.
Awesome.
And they don't have anyone to install them. You have to find somebody to install the hardware on your kitchen cabinet.
So with our kitchen program, it is a very, very new program. It is something that went live, I want to say, 2-3 months ago. Technically, our store won't get the majority of everything needed for the project until Q3. Where we are a lower store and everything is still available online, but once we do get that program fully in our store, our installation made easy people are the ones that will install the cabinets. So they're the ones that are gonna go out and do the measurements for everything, and they are the ones that should be able to install the hardware. So, but we won't get our cabinet displays or hardware displays until Q3.
They can still purchase them online,
Yes.
but it's still new, like I said, so it's store wise, it's limited.
And we do have little chip samples, like color chip samples on our website for, I wanna say $3.99, and then we also have door samples for $35. And those door samples can be returned in store, we just keep them at the design center when people are done with them, so.
Well, thank you all for being here. I think if you guys stick around, you're definitely gonna get questions after the meeting, so, seriously, great content, thank you for being here. Thank you.
It's the hoop time, get your phones out. You guys are welcome to play with us if you want.
It'll be so fun.
There's no better, so.
The real question is who's gonna beat me?
Okay, this spring time music, I'm not.
By the way, you wanna play because there's a Starbucks gift card and a John Maxwell book. High Road Leadership available.
It all wins it all, just kidding.
What should be my username? Oh my gosh.
I always just do a panda emoji, that's what I always
It needs to
do.
be something that you'll never guess.
So there's no question. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I
don't know.
No, Rosemary, that's what Rosemary yelled at me down the highway and said, Crew, hey Crew, and I didn't know who she was talking to, she's talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm Crew now.
Okay, so far, I'm not liking the spring cahoots, cause this music isn't as groovy as the, like, classic cahoots music.
I can't get this.
Diva, it was fun.
probably Scott.
Who's Diva? So.
And scan.
I'm the.
Oh, gee, I thought you were raising your hand. Okay, you're. Alright, are we still waiting on anybody? Everybody? No. I'm working on you.
Alright, let's roll.
Alright, let's do this.
What are we doing?
This is my favorite thing ever.
There's a bunch of different letters.
One. Please. According to the NRA, what is the ultimate leverage tool for a real estate agent? Technology, people, money, or marketing? Where? The corresponding thing. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the quicker you answer, the more points you get. Yeah.
People is the answer.
Yeah,
Jackie, you're not in,
that makes sense.
you're not in this.
Dear Legion, guys, please.
If a Kentucky listing includes Derby viewing potential, what does that typically mean?
What?
Home has a direct view of Churchill Downs, there's a large TV room perfect for watching the race. The home is on a hill with good views of horses everywhere, and the property has enough lawn space to hold a derby party.
That's good to know.
It's gonna be it. Bye.
In the MRE, what is the very first step to becoming a millionaire agent? Think a million, buy a fancy car, increase marketing budget, or hire transaction coordinators.
Definitely buy things to cars.
Yeah, definitely need that Range Rover.
It's a Ferrari.
Think a million.
Wait, what?
Think a million.
It's gonna me.
Think a million. The first hire for a millionaire real estate agent is what?
Admin,
Admin, it is not a transaction coordinator. Okay,
it's not.
it is not.
There you go.
Alright. Which famous Kentucky bourbon distillery offers the most expensive nearby real estate?
It's the.
Sales, and it is like proximity to near the distillery and with the horses and all the stuff nearby, it is. So we all agree. He was scared. Goes with him. Oh, and see what you have achievement from those agents. From those agents, what is their feeling of achievement? Why does MRA not put the answers on the phone? Like, you said you have to like. On board. Anybody else can play what that Dover property to the lady game? What is a Dover property?
Gonna guess at that one.
Yeah, what is it you do answer or you listen to your street? No, I guess.
I think track. Hey. Somebody's gonna close the gap here.
Thanks. 20% of the 80-20 principle. Okay, good. What is the 20% of an 80-20?
I got it.
Well, who did?
Wow.
But showing how many clients on average will mention a virgin storage during their tour?
That's actually awesome. It's She is.
So let's see the buyer side for a successful real estate business. With one equal, twice as many listings as buyer side, 3 times as many listings as buyer side, and it doesn't matter as long as volume is high.
I don't know what anything this means.
It's a random color.
Where you are, your sales volume.
I need to buy it.
No, I did that.
You should finish.
Dang.
Okay, just wait through, and you can tell people about this, spend the most time evaluating during showings. Which room do they care the most about?
Is this the last question?
No, there's 2 more. You got time to come back, guys.
I don't know.
Do that. Ready, sure.
Alright. What is the focusing question agents should ask themselves? Joseph B. Pritt. It's the focusing question. Necessary. What is your one thing? Alright, last question.
Oh my gosh.
Which bizarre Kentucky real estate law still exists in some counties?
I think there.
Smile. people.
He's supposed to know already. It's well, he did, all right.
I do already have that, but that's what you
But.
do, yeah. Actually, I have not started that book.
No,
I
MREA.
I don't know, they were in, I've read it multiple times.
Gotta read it.
Alright, so now that we've had fun and Sherry and I and John have proven our dominance, you know. And bringing them Kentucky real estate facts, which were also pretty awesome. The bourbon one is great. We're gonna tap into some other things. So culture action number 30, staying home if you are having a bad day attitudinally. Anybody ever done this or prescribed to this? I have, probably once or twice. I'm gonna be honest and real with you. If you are, just stay home. It's better for you, it's better for everybody. I have been on the receiving end of some bad attitudes. I'd also just like to say, it's not very fun to be on the receiving end of that. So, if you've gotta get work done, and you need to be in the office to do it, we also have offices where you can shut a door. But otherwise, stay home. And then number 35, being willing to walk away from a transaction that compromises your principles. Anybody ever done that? Tell me about it, Donna.
I just had an agent, a seller who wanted to get in the way of every doggone thing that happened. She would not. We had offers on everything, she wouldn't accept anything.
So she was a lister.
And she was a lister, but I had a worse one that was wife was a buyer, he was really bad. He was like, he hated women,
Oh, great.
he hated his wife, he hated, and I would never work with them ever again.
Okay.
Because of him, he just had such a bad attitude
Should have stayed
and
home.
was very intimidated by men.
Oh,
It was,
gosh.
it was.
Sounds like a very
the
long
worst
life.
person I have ever met.
Yeah. Well, we've had some birthdays. We've got birthdays coming up. We've got Colton Land, Jesse Kerr, Taylor Cage, Justine Broadway, Mike Davis, Jamie Whittington, Sarah Kane, and Courtney Bowen. You know these people, see these people, tell them happy birthday.
Your birthday's not up on there.
That just already happened.
Oh, okay. It was on Sunday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was a championship. We did. I was born in Florida, lived there for a while. Big Gators fan. I keep that quiet because I live in. Country. Also, I take my wife to the sporting events and I don't want her harassed, so I'm pretty low key about my family. Because it does happen. But what I will say is, had a great birthday, turned 36. Kids are getting too big, feeling old, I had back pain, Hallie made fun of me, called me 83 over the weekend. Yeah, so let's talk bucket fills, and I know there's not many of us, but I feel like that could be more impactful. So who in your world has helped you, and whose bucket do you want to fill? Bucket fills, I'll still get 30. What do we got? Go ahead, Brittany.
Donna was so behind after the last
Team meeting.
team meeting. I mean, she may just have had her license, but she's got her act together. And
She does.
She's very kind and she doesn't mind it. She has some tools and tricks up her sleeve and she's just so thoughtful. You know, sometimes people say they're gonna do something, then you forget and then you get behind or you know, I do it all the time myself, but she followed through. I mean, she's amazing, so
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate her.
Shout out on Jonna.
I'll follow up on that one. Andron had her first closing.
Yes, she did. I follow up that she submitted everything commanded as she should have.
You would really want is to do that for some folks, but that's great. Oh, John, getting three bucket fills.
She, I'm the one, she's been doing houses for us every week.
Let's go. No.
I wanna thank Hallie, cause last week I had a really rough week. And she just kept checking on me.
Oh. We love that, we love that. Well, anyways, that's why we're here, that's being in culture, we wanna care about everyone in the office. There's a lot going on, real estate is tough. And we need each other at the end of the day. Things coming up, Ignite started back up this month, we had Ward Night classes tomorrow, Lexi's teaching, and then Emily Crump is also teaching. You don't wanna miss that, Emily has been doing open houses and pulling in buyers for her listings. She's 4 for 4 so far this year.
She also made her own playbook for tomorrow. Like she's went above and beyond to prepare for tomorrow's class, so
That's awesome.
anybody come tomorrow.
Career night is Thursday, also Agent Plus info session will be on April 29th. And we will be closed at an office on Good Friday, in observance, prior to Easter. So, again, save the date, we are really excited about that, we got Red Day on May 8th. It's 1 month from today, it's really exciting, our plan is to take 50 of our agents, go out to Greenhouse 17. And put in some sweat equity and give back to our community. It's one of the coolest things we do as a company, and I'm super proud to be a part of this right here. Also, anybody in here want listings? Anybody? What was pretty insane about Erin here is she listed 160 properties last year. 160 properties, she's flying in from the Virginia, Maryland, DC area. And she's gonna be here live and in person to teach her class on how to get listings and how to become a professional top tier elite listing agent, which I think all of us want, right? All right, setting the industry. This is up to date through March. So this is all of Q1. This is some national trends. I'll speak a little bit to the local trends. But this data right here, this is where you would take notes. This is important information that came from KWRI that, in my opinion, if you're not thinking about these numbers or talking about these numbers, especially with your clients, you need to, okay? So GDP, gross domestic product, it just gives us a state of what our goods are, how we're doing. We are up from 2023 and 2022. You really saw it dip during COVID, and then shoot back up in 21 as people were home buying a ton of stuff, which is crazy. Inflation, believe it or not, we are coming down. So we are trending down on inflation. I know for some of us, it doesn't always feel that way. Specific items or goods or services might be a little inflated and higher than the others. But what I'm going to tell you is we're trending in an appropriate downward projection. Target is 2%, right? And we are right there around 2.4 and 2.3 energy and food, and then anything besides energy and food. Sorry, if I'm moving too fast, just let me know. What it is about. So you can get these slides. So the sources are from the US Bureau of Labor Stats. These come directly from our government, from NAR, from KWRI. Monthly inflation all the way through February is a little higher, 3.1 and 2.8 on the two scales. Consumer sentiment is the narrative that we're going to have to fix, right? So when you look at this data, when you look at this information, and here's what I feel like, it does feel a little bit like a weird market because things are heating up, you're seeing more listings, you're seeing more inventory, but the consumer sentiment has actually dipped since the end of last year. And so the conversation we need to have is where are we going, right? So we had the election, consumer sentiment went up, and then we trended down in 2025. And so we have a job to do in terms of, in my opinion, of educating the consumer about where we're at, right? Home sales, the projection for this year is to beat last year. We're trending 4.3 million homes sold, and I'm also just going to say this, and I don't mean this negative or anything like this, but I'll take one online lead aggregate. And share this data. Zillow sold over 20 million leads last year. How many homes sold? 4.1 million. Right? So 25%, which all of those weren't even Zillow leads, right? So out of the 4.1 transactions that were sold, not even all of those were Zillow. So what I'm going to tell you is online leads are bought and sold. And the average online lead closes after the 13th round robin.
Agent,
Mm-hmm.
or 13th agent?
13th iteration, so like a lead will go out. Somebody will pick it up, they'll run with it, a lead will go out, somebody will pick it up and run with it. And the average lead is closed, takes 13 cycles.
The average buyer.
So one lead goes out 13 times?
No.
I'm trying to make sure
What
I.
I'm saying
I
is,
don't know anything about Zillow, so I'm.
well, it's not just Zillow, it's all the online leads.
Okay.
Right? So it takes at least 13 interactions with a lead to get it to close.
Yeah, it sounded like that's gonna go out 13 times.
Yeah, that's not what I mean.
That's what we clarified.
Yeah. But still, it's
They make
20 million leads got sold and only 4.1 million transactions were completed. And I wouldn't even say 50% of the 4.1 were attached to Zillow. So. Home sales monthly, anybody heard from their people, that, they are interested in buying it in 2025? Anybody heard that? Yeah, there's a ton of conversation around that. We are trending a little bit behind in February of where we were last year. We were ahead in January, and right now, indications are that we're gonna be up for March. Okay, in terms of home sales monthly. Home prices annually. We are still trending upward. You see this right here? You see this gap below the line, the 4% trend line? We made it up here. We're above the line right now. We're making up ground from where we didn't trend 4% during these years, right? So from 2009 to 2020. So for 11 years, we were under the 4% trend line of appreciation. Since 2021, we've been above. Right? So we're not too far off of where we actually should be. Okay, home prices monthly. Anybody also heard buyers say, I'm gonna wait till home prices come down? Any market or industry experts out there also saying home prices are going to come down? I've heard some people say it. What did the graph say? What does the graph say so far? Home prices are increasing. We've seen in central Kentucky, we've seen a 71 month over month trend, 71 months. We've seen home prices increase. That's just in central Kentucky. All right, home price annual appreciation, we're tracking right where we should, 4.5. 4% is what we should appreciate at, and for 2024, homes appreciated at 4.5%. Affordability is actually higher. Anybody feel like that feels misleading based on the narrative? I do a little bit. Yeah, affordability is higher. And it's the highest it's been since, looks like the 80s. Bless you. Inventory. Look at this gap here. You know what this dashed line is? It's a balanced market. 6 months of inventory. Who here knew that the balanced market was 6 months of inventory? Anybody? Yeah. So going all the way back to 2011 was the last time we had a balanced market. So for the last 14 years, whether we like it or not, it's been a seller's market. We've been chasing inventory. We're not it's not even just resale. We're not building enough homes to keep up. Right? So we got a big area of need in terms of inventory. If we ever want to reach a balanced market, it really shifted or where buyers have most of the power, we got a long way to go. Inventory is up this year. So month supply of inventory, you're seeing 3.5 the first 2 months of this year. So that's good, because buyers have more options. Agents are picking up more listings, and with the mortgage rates down, what do we got? We have opportunity to get in homes and get indoors that we might not otherwise would have. Right? There's a ton of talk, I talked about it on Monday with the market of the moment, there's a ton of talk about tariffs, there's a ton of talk about the stock market crashing. I'm going to just say this, and it's not to play down anything, but block out the noise. Because for you as a real estate agent, while that will affect you to some degree because your client or consumer will bring it up, it's actually irrelevant to your job. Because what it actually is an opportunity for you to work with a lender, attach a buyer to your favorite lender partner, and get them together and talking about a rate and a monthly payment that they can afford. Because right now rates are dipping. Right? It's an opportunity, so see it as an opportunity. Days on market, we're seeing those heat up. And by heat up, I mean they're increasing. So the days on market locally have gone up to about the mid-40s range, and nationally you're seeing it low 40s. And so in our local market, homes are sitting about 45 days on average. Mortgage rates are down. What looks like a big interest rate there, that outlier at 16.63 and 81 or 82. Historically, we have low rates. Now, granted in 22 or 20 and 21, they were. That's an anomaly. That right there is an anomaly. We are right where we should be in terms of rates. People just haven't forgotten what Zillow said during COVID. Or forgot the houses that they were looking at that they could afford during COVID and didn't buy. Right, mortgage rates monthly. We're down. No membership count, this is just some agent data. We are down on no membership, so we're right about 15 or 1,500,000. But we've grown significantly over the last 13 years, right? Historical agent count. The red line is Keller Williams. These other lines are the other ones. So in terms of agent count, in terms of training, resources, what we got, in terms of who you're in business with, we lead by a mile. Okay, nobody comes close. Anywhere brand, I do need to disclaimer here, Anywhere is Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby's, ERA, it's like 7 or 8 brokerages, all within one brand. And so you're not gonna see them individually up there, but together, if you combine 6 or 7 brands, then yes, they're probably gonna do a little better than us. But as a singular entity, nobody can compete, right? We do more size, we do a ton of volume, we have the most agents, and we continue to grow.
Why is EXP like,
What do you mean?
or sorry, Remax? Why is there no size?
We don't have a number. We don't have their data.
Who's real?
Real is like an EXP competitor. It's like the newest EXP, it's a virtual brokerage.
That's why they have a motorboat. They can drive around.
Okay. US transaction count, we, like I said, as an individual brand are number 1. All the other Anywhere brands, and again, Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, ERA are all rolled into Anywhere. Transaction market share, we are also at 11% of the market. Transactions volume, we are leading the market. Compass is catching up. EXP is right behind them. Market share by volume, we've got almost 10%. We've got the most agents. We've got the most market share by agent count. And this is who you're in business with. So what I'd like to hear from you all is based on the data, just the market data, based on the agent data, what are some takeaways? What are some ahas? What are you walking away with this morning?
Our business is alive and well.
Okay, why do you feel that way, Donna?
First of all, everybody's got a place to live.
Yeah, that's true. That won't go away.
Yeah. And looking at these numbers, it is very encouraging to look at our numbers.
Yeah.
And to see that all the education in KW works for our agents.
Yeah.
And that they are skilled and out there doing business.
Yeah, I think that's great. What else? What's the takeaway? Anything you're gonna take back to your clients?
Yes, I want to know where we can go, like on a monthly basis to find that,
KW Connect.
so just, have it all.
Yeah, KW Connect, State of the Industry, KW Connect, Market Update.
Okay,
Which is now in Command, it's no longer a website. So in Command, you'll click connect at the top of your command
okay,
and then just search in the search bar. kwconnect.com is no more.
really,
What else? What other takeaways? Did you guys know that you're the #1 office in Central and Southern Kentucky? In terms of volume? In terms of market share? In terms of agents? Yeah, I know that there is a narrative out there in the real estate market locally that things are slowing down. Or there's a perception of us. We are having a phenomenal year. You all are doing an amazing job. We're taking listings. $1 million in GCI is passing through our books every month. And that's a credit to you all. We did over 35 million in volume last month. We took 91 listings. That's a big number. If you need resources, if you need help, if you need accountability, if you need a one-to-one, you need information and data. Seek us out. We've got that stuff. We've been updating more regularly the RPR reports with our market share. That's a big deal, right? It's a big deal on the success that our agents are having, and it's a story you should tell your clients. Because whether the client admits it or not, working with the best is a big incentive. And you can claim that title. My office and my team at Keller Williams Commonwealth, we're outperforming the board, we're outperforming the market, we're doing an incredible job. Go ahead.
I use those stats.
Yeah.
Every listing appointment I have, and almost every time it's like, that's it. I don't have to talk about anything else, that they see that, and even whenever we were not necessarily the top, KW combined was, and I just focused on that. I didn't say where our office is. And I've won the majority of my listings because of that. And I think the reason that we are more successful is because we don't buy the narrative, and we're not giving people, we don't even take that attitude because of this information that we're given. We know better, and that it's powerful to me.
Well, and you said something on the market of the moment call on Monday that I thought was poignant and important. I don't even listen to the news. I don't even listen to the media. It's, if you've got a client who wants to buy a home and you know they need you to get into that home, it doesn't matter what the media says. It matters how you show up and how you can get them to that outcome. Now, will there potentially be challenges? Of course, but that's why you get paid on the hour just as much as a doctor or as a lawyer, and sometimes more. Right? We have a fiduciary responsibility, and if we are allowing fear to seep into that professional environment, we're not doing our job. And so I do think you're right. Blocking out the noise and just committing to the work is a big part of why we win and why we're successful. It's a mindset game. It's always a battle between the ears, and a commitment and willingness to do what we want. So I've got one more question before we move on. And this is. There it is. This is on the heels of rounding up Q1. We're gonna end with this. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what I want you to do in your notes, in your brain, or whatever, or on a piece of paper, I want you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your commitment level to your Q2 goal? Okay, I want to sell over the next 3 months, April, May, and June. I want to sell 2 homes a month, or I want to sell 1 home a month, Well, I'm gonna pick up one listing a month. What is your commitment level to your goal? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10. No, I'm just gonna say, this is where I'm at. Nothing's a perfect 10 in my world. Besides my wife. All right, activities. This is representative of your activity level in terms of hitting your goal. So what's the number on a scale of 1 to 10? How well are we doing in activity towards hitting our goal? What's that number? I've got room to improve. Okay? Alright. Then you're gonna multiply those numbers. Right? And you're gonna come up with a number in the middle. So what's your number? Anybody wanna share?
My goal, I'm committed to my goals like you were a 9, I'd like to say 10, but
Yeah.
realistically, I'm not, and my activities, I would say an 8, I didn't even know that you put that.
Yeah. So you got basically a score of 72.
Yeah.
Right? Which is the passing grade, but room for improvement, right? Who else wants to share? Anybody want to be vulnerable? Brittany?
That's what, but I am really in acting, I could be more,
Sure.
you know, spend more hours, I guess. But I am seriously committed and laser focused and I
Good.
feel empowered. And emotion, I mean, what else can you do? You know what I mean? Just
course.
get out there and plant those seeds and grind it. That's all you do.
I'm going to tell you all something I think is important for you to hear. The outcome of the goal is very important. You need to know what your outcomes are and what your goals are. But if that is your sole focus, if that is what's going to bring you joy, give you energy, whatever, you're never gonna get there. Or when you get there, you're gonna be so unfulfilled, that you're gonna be like, why did I work so hard for it? If you are just committed to the daily action and proud of the work you put in every day, then that's the focus. I'm not attached to an outcome as much as I am committed to doing what I said I was going to do. Putting in the work, putting in the activity, and then the outcome will follow. Right? And if we can show up every day and be gracious with ourselves, but also be held accountable, then our number's probably gonna creep up higher and higher. Okay? All right, that's all I have for you. It is 11. I appreciate you all being here. Please thank the folks on the way out for being here, asking whatever questions. You ready to share?
Yeah, Trisha wanted to give a bucket fill that she's on YouTube, so I wanted to do a bucket fill. Davey Clayton's not in here, but Davey Clayton, she was always super helpful, and she helped me out at an open house this weekend. We had a little bit of a weird scenario, and she helped me out the whole afternoon, so Trisha wanted to fill Dana Clayton's bucket.
Nice. See you, Emma.
See you. That's it, that's all I got.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you all.
I haven't seen them yet. I've been torn. I saw I had to leave that.
Were you talking about using these or using their staff? I'm using their staff.